is like the Godfather.
Like the Godfather. And Landolini sent them to come and get you. Not to kill you. Which is nice.
Right, the attackers.
That was nice of him.
It's easiest to drag you away when you're unconscious.
Do we want to go talk to this Landolini? Or do we know why he wanted to talk to us?
I feel like he's at least worth talking to.
But we got this. And I shove the guy forward.
Hired gun. Not anything that matters. I got a job. I did my job. Didn't do my job. I attempted to do my job. Just punching the clock. Getting a paycheck. You boys understand. Leave me alone.
So what would have happened if this would have gone the way that you thought it was going to go?
Well, we would have captured you. We would have tied you up. We would have put you in a cart over here. He kind of points down the hall, down the alleyway. There's a little cart. And we would have hauled you to Landolini in that cart.
So let's go see Landolini with the cart, but without the ropes. How do you think that's gonna go?
I mean, I'm awfully strong, but 4 of you fat asses in that cart, there's no way in hell I can carry you.
No.
There were 6 of us.
You don't have to carry us, but
It is not a horse-drawn cart. It is not a cart. It is a hand cart.
That's fine. You don't have to leave your cart behind, though. We can walk.
Well, I can't put you in the cart.
No, but I mean, it can come with us.
Okay.
Is the cart necessary? Is it dear to him?
I don't think
Wait.
so.
I thought we were supposed to go to the...
You were supposed to be unconscious. I don't know that there was another way to get you.
Fuck that cart.
Okay.
I thought we were supposed to be going to the street guy in the tent that we're right in front of.
To go get Landolini.
What?
No, that wasn't for Landolini. That was for
It wasn't? Okay. My bad.
Kidnapped
Landolini is the
children.
crime boss that was after us.
Hiram had
The dude that
information on the kidnapped children.
So let's
Yeah,
go
was
see
that
Hiram,
right?
and then maybe we go say hey to Landolini too.
We have
I
a job to
see.
do here first.
We keep our friend here, and he can take us to Landolini when our business is over.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. I'll cooperate. I'll probably get paid for taking you there. Works for me.
Cool.
Take your time. I'll be out here.
Yeah,
He
bullshit.
starts picking out his
No, you're
fingers.
going with us.
You seriously gonna stay here?
Are you going to stab me? Yeah, I'm going to stay here. You guys don't look like the kind of guy that stabs a guy for not following you. I said I'd be here. I'll be here.
Let me
Come
just
on.
tell you, it is probably in your best interest to wait for us, because, well, I don't see Landolini being the type of man that would take kindly to you failing on your job. It would probably be better if you showed up with us. Whether
Yeah. My feline friend. There were 6 of us. I think I'm going to get 6 shares for bringing you in. There were no caveats. I just had to get you there. You guys are on payday that allows me to go wherever the hell I want for a month.
I think that there might be a guard station possibly around here. I don't know, I'd have to roll knowledge, I guess, for that.
If you drop me off at the guard station, you won't know how to get to Landolini. I don't know what good that does you.
No,
And
no,
right
no.
now, you're the murderers, not me. You guys straight up killed my friends. There was no unconscious. There was nothing. You guys straight up killed them
You
and left
attacked
their
us.
bodies strewn around.
You attacked us.
that
mean,
does
you
sound like
attacked
us.
us.
Yes, that sounds like us.
Exactly, yes.
I mean, do I need to incinerate their bodies?
Owen will tell you it's probably smarter if you do, because right now there is a good chance someone will come around and see what looks like an animal has mauled various bodies.
There was an
And
animal
the-
attack!
The guards will wonder how it looks like bear claws and fire have killed 5 guys.
So if I cast Firebolt, How many times do I have to cast Firebolt to
Bear
incinerate them?
attacks.
I will Rick, I will give you the ability to stand over a corpse and just hold your hands out and firebolt consistently until they're incinerated.
Give me a minute, guys.
It will take you 1 minute per body to incinerate a body.
Perhaps you need a lookout. That might look a little strange if someone were to happen upon that.
And you will be able to control it. You will be able to turn it literally into nothing but a pile of ash. 1 minute per body. You can incinerate a body, brother.
That's what I would like to do.
All right, cool.
Leave no trace.
I would like to act as a lookout to make sure that no one arrives.
This is a pretty shitty part of town. When they heard the combat, people scattered. You haven't seen hide nor hair of a human being or any other kind of quasi-humanoid in at least 5 minutes. Some of what old Mr. Bear there was doing was causing quite a bit of ruckus, and when he chased down Homeboy and killed him before chasing down other Homeboy, and Rick was shooting fire at them, there was definitely screaming and gnashing of teeth. I mean, this was not a clean kill.
Everybody say hi, Emmett.
Hi, Emmett.
Okay, good night, buddy.
This might be the least clean kill that's happened in here outside of a gutting.
Close the door, buddy. Thank you.
All the same, I don't think I want anyone to happen upon incinerating bodies in the middle of the street.
I'm just saying at this point, you're not going to end up seeing anybody. It'll be pretty clear for him to do it for the next 5 minutes and get rid of everybody.
Yeah, leave no trace.
So you can go ahead and be the Boy Scout you are and make sure you leave the campsite looking better than it was when you got here and head on into the tent,
Look
brother.
at that scoured the paved stones. Look at that. Yeah.
It looks beautiful.
I'm gonna have just the slightest bit of reverence for their departed souls. I mean, they were assholes, but they were just doing their jobs. So.
That is 100% true. But when you do get done with it, after 5 bodies, you are soaked in sweat. It's like you stood on top of a bonfire for 5 minutes.
It's hot.
You take no damage, but you look a mess.
I don't feel too good, guys.
Decimus, do you need a bath?
Yes.
You at least want a cool drink.
Tongue.
After we get back, after dealing with Landolini, if you, hi Ruby, maybe we can get me a bath from the Major Domo.
Oh, I was just going to suggest, I give myself a bath daily.
Yeah, but it doesn't really work for me.
Generate some slots and whatnot.
The whole, lick the back of your hand and rub yourself with it. It's great if you're a feline, but doesn't really work for humans.
Sure.
It will fix your hair quickly.
Rephrase that. That doesn't
If you want to
sound
lick me,
appropriate.
that's fine, but
Nobody wants
I don't think that would feel great.
Sure,
Bless
you
your
take the
wife's
baby
heart.
bird, but you don't take the kitty. Right, I see.
He has a point, baby bird.
Okay.
Let's go. Bye, boys.
Oh, man. Being a dad is awesome.
Yay!
Oh, yeah.
Bye, boys.
Night.
So, if I was to jump in the drink at some point, that would be a good choice.
Yeah, it would, but there are a lot of boats powered by a lot of weird shit in these waters. This is not exactly the crystal clear waters of Costa Rica. This is more of kind of the Chicago River, kind of clean.
Don't really want to bathe in the Chicago River.
Like, you're not positive if the green is for St. Patty's Day or if the green is because it's nasty.
Well, I mean, it washed the ick off of Rogar.
Well, it did wash the magical ick off Rogar that he still had to get cleansed on afterwards after failing his save.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
So, I mean, kind of.
Kind of. Yeah.
Sort of the frying pan into the fire, so to speak.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get me a bath at some point, but I'll be okay. Right. Let's go talk to Hiram.
I'll pat old Decimus on the shoulder and say, offer still stands.
Where are you going? What's your name? Back to the
Offer
guy
stands.
we've been with.
Landon.
Landon.
Blandon or Blandon?
Landon. Blenden. Landon. Not that I'm much of a speller. Mama always told me you should know how to spell your own name, though. Makes you appear more civilized.
Mama must not have been much with the tasty food to name her son Bland. Huh.
Ugh.
Ha!
Ah,
Leave my mama out of this. She did the best she could.
I'm ready then.
All right, are you guys gonna go into the tent? You
Yep,
gonna
let's get
knock
in the
on the
tent.
tent? You gonna just kind of barge in? What's the deal with the tent?
So, is the tent? Is there like a curtain?
Surely they heard us fighting out there.
There is for sure a curtain, and you can't hear anything coming out of the tent. The tent seems oddly silent.
Woo.
I mean, as you can see, this tent is no bigger than what two men might share on the road or something like that. It's not a particularly large tent.
Oh, is this the tent
Go up to it and
down
announce our
here,
presence.
the northeast corner?
The tent is right here where you're at.
Right in front of us.
This green military-style tent.
Oh, okay, yeah, gotcha.
You guys hit through these alleys. You guys have seen a lot of what you called hobo tents, because essentially these poor people have kind of put up a residence in between buildings. Almost every alleyway is somehow taken up by either a hobo garden, a hobo tent, something allowing the poor and indigent to survive. This part of town is not well taken care of. The buildings are in bad shape. Everything's damaged. Everything looks like it's about halfway to falling down. And these tents actually seem to be a little bit sturdier than most of the buildings. Who's going to walk up to the tent?
Is there a place obvious that I could knock?
There's just two flaps right on the door.
Ahoy, the tent.
You hear nothing.
Hear nothing? All right.
Dead silent.
Locke, why don't you take a look? You can see in the dark, right?
I sure can. Yes, absolutely. I'd be happy to. So yeah, I'll lift the flap and peek.
As
on it.
Locke touches the flap, Locke
no.
disappears.
Oh,
Okay.
You guys saw that, right?
I didn't see that one coming.
Jack, what do you think?
I think I may have heard of this. I start walking forward, and I go forward, and I touch the flap.
You also disappear.
Yes.
I mean, if it looks like a lemming and it walks like a lemming, I touch the flap.
Okay, you disappear.
I shake my head and sigh. It's like, these people are going to kill me. I'm touching the flap too.
Okay, you also disappear. Now,
Do we reappear?
and that's game over, folks.
goodbye.
guys.
It's been lovely. All right.
TPK, yay!
Good job.
The first door.
Good game, everybody.
So Locke is sitting in a small room that looks like a sitting room. Very comfortable, very cozy, very warm. And it looks nothing like a tent.
This is one of those wizard tents that I've heard about.
What's a wizard?
You've heard of this before. You should have warned me. That was a bit terrifying.
I mean, I haven't
This
really
is
heard of it. I
disorienting.
was making a Harry Potter reference.
What is Harry Potter?
I mean, you are clearly at least a little bit hairy.
I mean, I know many people like
Isn't
me.
that right?
and I know no Potters.
It's a guy who makes pots.
Very well. Now, are these are there windows or are those doors?
Those are doors. There are absolutely no windows.
Okay.
So can we see?
Are they tent flaps or like actual doors?
They are actual doors as far as you can tell right here.
And then in front of us, the on the south end of the room.
On the south end of the room, it looks like big, gorgeous wooden doors.
I'm gonna walk up and knock on the big, gorgeous wooden doors.
Oh, sorry. No. Sorry. I was talking about behind you, where you guys came from.
Oh,
To the south of you, sorry. When this map was originally made, it was upside down. I've rearranged it to make it easier for us to walk through. So, sorry. To the south of you, that's a bench. That's a place for sitting.
Okay.
Nothing on the bench.
Yeah, behind you are big, gorgeous double wooden doors that you came through.
Gotcha.
Do I see any sort of writing or anything? Markings? Anything?
You do not.
Okay. Locke, if
Sorry, I don't remember if you said anything about
Did
the
you-
light level in this room or anything.
What's the light level?
It's
Yeah.
beautifully lit. You have no idea where the lighting is from.
Locke, did you
But it
touch
is
any of the
beautifully
doors when
lit.
you came in?
No, I've been standing here for just a few seconds.
Maybe you should try that
That
again.
was weird.
You mean and as I say, you mean I go and touch the big, gorgeous wooden doors?
Behind us?
Yeah.
Okay, you disappear and you show up on the other map.
I'm going to send him a message and say,
You
Locke,
cannot.
I cannot?
I think you have to be in the same dimension, right? Same plane of existence?
It says range 120 feet.
Yep, you are not in the same plane of existence. You can send him nothing.
Fuck me.
So
Oh,
when I
don't
go
get
out
him.
there, is Blandon still out there?
Landon waves at you. Just kind
Okay, I give him pause up and say, "We will return," and then I touch the flap and
You better. All right, you're back in.
Woo! Did you go back to where we were?
Yep, Blandon was still there. He's yep.
Okay. What about this door over here? What do you think?
Which door are we talking about? Okay.
Would you like me to open the door?
I mean, that's kind of your thing, right?
It is in my name. Literally.
Just watch out for doors and corners. That's where they get you.
All right, you gonna pop it open?
I'm gonna pop open the door. Actually, pretty carelessly. Just gonna open the door.
Okay. Inside, you smell musty old books.
Bed.
You smell crackling fire, even though you don't see one anywhere. And a older woman sits there and looks at you and says, "What? Hello."
Oh, excuse me. I'm quite sorry to bother you. We're here to see Mr. Hiram.
Oh, this is Hiram's home.
It's beautiful.
Hiram, he is a saint. Hiram is so much that we just don't even deserve. We are very, very lucky to have Hiram.
Yes.
I'm sure he'll be excited to see you. He loves meeting new denizens of the city. Are you okay? Are you in trouble? Have you been hurt?
I'm fine. You know what? Maybe you should talk to my friends. I don't know why we're here, honestly. They just have me open doors for them.
Well, that seems strange, but it's very nice of you to do that.
Hello.
May I And may I enter your room? It smells lovely.
Yes, please come in.
Oh, thank you.
Hi, my name's Decimus.
These are my friends. I'm Lock on an open door.
Hi, Mr. Open Door.
Oh, just Lock. It's fine.
Hi,
Excellent.
I'm Decimus.
If you need food, the pantry's always stocked. There are probably people in the kitchen getting things ready for the day's meal.
Is Hiram about?
Oh, he's somewhere. He lives here. He's just
You know
not
if
in
he's
here right
present.
now. This is a very big home. You may not have noticed from the outside, but it's very large.
It doesn't look like much on the outside, but it's very
feel
nice.
we're nowhere near where we used to be.
Hiram has saved us all.
Front door?
What's he saved you from?
Oh, different diseases, hunger, starvation. There are probably hundreds of us that come in and out every month. Without him, we'd have nothing.
How does he do this?
Hiram's an old mystic. At least that's what they say he is. I don't exactly know what that means. But he has abilities. I wouldn't say too much about him. I think he's a little self-conscious. But he comes from the forest.
Okay, cool. Well, we're gonna go try to find him.
Yeah, good luck. I'm sure he's out there somewhere.
Thanks.
May I ask your name?
Thank you for your time.
My name's Loretta.
Loretta, it's quite nice to meet you. I appreciate your hospitality.
I'm Hiram's librarian. I handle all the research.
Ooh, I am interested. Do you have any books about and this is because we've seen some quite awful things going on. I think that there may be some nefarious deeds afoot in the city. Do you have any books about Hitocron?
Oh, I'm sure there's some in the religious section. Hold on. She touches one of the bookshelves, and it moves like the dry cleaner. Books slowly shuffle from left to right, and they appear to come out of the wall itself. And you see hundreds upon hundreds of books slowly crossing this library shelf over here. And she is just kind of humming a little song to herself and kind of tapping on all of the books as they come. And then, if you speak Ancient, correct?
I do.
She utters the word stop in Ancient, and the bookshelf stops. This is the religious section. You'll probably find about 100 books that reference Hitocron to some extent.
Okay. I've still got my little scrap of parchment with the prayer to Hitocron on it. Are any of them written in Undercommon? I think it was written in Undercommon.
If you'll leave that with me, I'd be happy to do some research, but it'll probably take me a few days.
That's fine. Again, I am not a worshiper of Hitocron. We found this.
You wouldn't have been able to get through the wards if you were worshippers of Hitocron.
Okay.
They don't need
I
box.
just wanted to put your mind at ease that I'm not, not going to use this for nefarious purposes.
Not everyone can get into Hiram's safe haven. If you made it through the flaps, you're fine by me.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome. Enjoy the house.
Okay. I'm going back to the antechamber.
Okay.
Does it feel
as
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
as everyone starts to file out, I'm walking over and inspecting the bookcase.
Yep.
And I'm frankly intrigued, and I'm looking for any mechanical, cause for my mind, all I see is I can only imagine that there's gears and stuff that make
So
this
on closer inspection, you can tell there are no gears at all. And when you touch the rock face, it seems to be going. But then you hear Loretta whisper the word to start. And as she whispers, your hand pushes right through the rock surface where the books are going. Almost as if the rock surface itself has melted into something almost like a jello. Like a semi-viscous, but not all the way viscous. And as the books enter, they enter with a strange plopping sound. You get a very, very strong aroma of a garden with fresh rain and herbs and all sorts of very natural, very jungly things.
I turn to Loretta and say, "This is incredible. I must learn more about it, but I do believe my friends are waiting for me."
I told you Hiram had all kinds of tricks.
Indeed you did. Indeed you did. Yes. Are you here often?
Almost all the time. My family was killed. Some things happened. Some goblins came through, charged through everything. So my whole house was burned down, and Hiram saved me.
I'm terribly, terribly sorry for your loss. And
it was a year or few ago, so not that anyone can ever get over that. But I'm moving on, and Hiram's given me a purpose. I assist him in his work.
Yes. If you don't mind me asking, do you care for mince pie?
Always.
Yes. Okay. The next time I come, I will bring you the finest mince pie in town.
Excellent.
And
that sounds lovely.
We will talk about your life and your past and my past, if you care to hear. I do believe my friends are waiting on me, though. They tend to be quite impatient.
Loretta goes over to the other bookshelf and does something very similar. Owen, what languages do you speak?
Giant.
Do you speak Sylvan?
Common, Elvish, and Giant. I do not speak Sylvan.
Okay, then you do not understand her saying start up and start. But she pulls out a 5 or 6 books on dinosaurs.
Oh my god, my eyes get huge as saucers. Can I borrow these? I'll bring them back.
No books are allowed to leave the library. But you're welcome to sit here and read as long as you would like.
I totally sit down and start reading.
Okay.
Where's the seat?
Are we splitting the party?
Yep.
I'm reading. I'm out. Reading about dinosaurs.
All right.
Good.
I walk up to Decimus and say, those bookshelves they're miraculous.
Pretty fucking cool, huh?
I think you could learn a lot from just being there. It's quite amazing.
I mean, I don't feel like I need to roll Arcana to know that was magic as fuck.
It was, in fact. If you want to roll Arcana, you can tell a little bit more about the magic, though.
Then Arcana it is.
Okay, it was definitely extra-planar magic, which isn't terribly surprising since you are where you are now. But you think that those books were going to another plane of existence somewhere.
Okay. That's pretty crazy. I'm going to send Jack a message and say...
Is the door open? Has anyone closed the door behind
I
them?
haven't closed the door.
Okay, then you can send a message.
Don't close the door. Respond when you want to find us.
Okay. I found books on dinosaurs.
He loves his dinosaurs.
Okay. Does it feel like when we walk through the flaps and when we walk through the door to the library? Is that the same sort of feeling?
No, you didn't get pulled through that one.
Okay.
The library or the flaps literally pulled you through. If you were interested in walking, it pulled you right through.
Okay. What about this guy? Over here.
Looks like a normal door. Nice wooden door.
Lock, do your thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna open the door.
Okay. So this room, again, the light, you have no idea where it's coming from. It seems to emanate from everything. And these shelves are what you can only describe as curio cabinets. They have knickknacks and bric-a-brac. They have various what-have-yous. They have small statues of tiny porcelain angels. They have all sorts of very bizarre pieces. As you look a little bit closer, you also notice that one of them has a dome with some kind of living thing underneath it.
What is it?
How close are you going to get?
I mean, it's under a glass dome, right?
It looks like glass to you.
Then I'm gonna go as close as it. Like I'm gonna not like press my face up against it, but I'm gonna get pretty close.
Okay. What it looks like is a tiny orcish warlord. Like full battle regalia, full plate, like bits of plate armor. It's got that orcish black iron that Rogar's axe is made out of. Everything about him seems to be ferocious and terrible. He matches what you heard about in some of the stories when you were hearing about how they forged this country out of nothing. And the orc tribes that lived here and things like that. He's got war paint. He rages at you. You hear what can only be described as the squeakiest yell a mouse has ever been able to yell. But he throws his axe against the glass. It does nothing. And then he goes and picks it up and then proceeds to give you some profane gestures.
No, he's so cute.
He's a cute.
As you guys continue to look at the shelves, you're actually going to find a demon skull. You're going to it actually emanates heat still, like not like a full-blown fire, but you could put that in your sleeping bag and have a tough time not sweating to death.
That's going right back where it was.
You find a snowflake that is easily the size of your hand and refuses to melt.
I gotta tell you guys, this place is blowing my mind right now.
Some really fucking strange stuff.
I want to stay here the rest of my life.
Maybe we should try to find Hiram first.
Agreed.
Clearly, door. Yes, I
Is this the door?
know the drill. I will open the door.
Okay, you open the door into a beautiful smelling kitchen.
Kitchen.
You smell food, you smell drink, you smell everything that you could ask for. And you see what look like poor folk and laborers essentially just marching around getting things done.
Hey guys.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Can we get you something to eat?
We're looking for Hiram.
Oh, he's back in his room.
Can you point us to
which
where
way is
that?
They point down this area. Sorry, whoops. Sorry, I'm still revealing shit. They point down
over
to
there?
this area. Yep.
Okay, we'll go check it out. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Just opening any of the doors, it'll open to his.
Several doors.
Each one of those orange pieces is a door.
There's 3 doors over here.
So there's 3 doors over here on the side.
Sure.
I stop and say, do you have any fish, perhaps?
Oh yes. Please come eat fish and milk for my female or feline friend.
Oh.
They pull out a big thing of boiled fish stew and a coconut milk broth, and give you a giant tankard of milk, like so big that you think Jack would have a tough time holding it.
Oh, yes. Oh, I have not. Oh, yes. I will sit down at the table and thank them profusely.
Okay, there's bar stools over here, and then there's the table over here. So wherever you want to be.
Well, I mean, I guess if we're eating, let's eat.
All right.
Please, yes, join me. This smells so good. It smells
Almost
so
everything
good.
is a super stew.
I mean,
And
I'll
these
just have
pots-
what he's having.
There's 3 big pots behind the fire going, and each one of them is boiling over with what you can only imagine is 5 to 10 gallons of super stew at any given time. And since you've been in, you actually see a couple more of these laborers kind of coming in and walking through the door and sitting down to eat. Clearly, it's pretty standard for strays to kind of find their way into Hiram's.
I'm gonna ask the woman behind the bar over here. Where did you learn to cook such fabulous, just amazing?
Oh, darling, these are all Hiram's recipes. We just cook what he tells us to cook. We have everything you could ask for.
Oh, and where did the fish come from? This is just
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Oh, try me.
It came fresh from the elemental plane of water this morning.
Oh, that's a planet of water.
The what?
Awesome.
The elemental plane of water.
I mean, that makes sense. We're on a different plane of existence right now.
Well, that's
See,
kind
what?
of true. You're kind of in between planes of existence.
What are you talking? We're in a tent. This is just clearly a tent.
I mean, this is not like any tent I've ever been in before.
This tent has all wooden floors, wooden walls, and a large staircase leading up.
But you know it. It's a tent that leads into the buildings that
Nope.
were around us. It's clear.
Oh, sugar. You haven't seen a building this nice anywhere around there.
I have been to the palace at the center of town. That was quite nice, but this is quite nice.
It is. Hiram's just here watching out after all of us.
Am I getting like culty vibes from these people?
You are not.
Okay.
You are getting no religious, any kind of affiliation. They seem like soup kitchen kind of Christians, but not like culty anything or other. Just
Okay.
guys here helping people out.
Cool. All right. Desmus, what do you think about all of this? This is way beyond anything I've ever seen here in Telvar.
I mean, I think these are nice people trying to do the right thing. I think that that they're taking care of their own.
Does
and
look
that's
like
good.
does look like poor folk that hit hard times that
And
have been
clearly,
helped one way, shape, or form by this.
Well, in Locke, you know there is a big problem with homeless folks.
Mhm.
Since the cities began to industrialize, especially with all the added magic in the world, it's become very hard for kind of the lower class to continue to subsist.
Where does clearly it's magic? Where does this magic come from?
we should probably ask Hiram.
Yes, and yeah,
Yes.
I agree. I'm sorry for straying. This food just smelled so good.
Well,
Oh,
let's eat some
sugar,
of it.
we're always happy to feed. Everyone who comes here needs a little something every now and again. And we just appreciate that everybody who does comes back to help sometime. We're all a big community just trying to make sure everybody survives this fucking world. Excuse my language.
So, I'm gonna take a couple of spoonfuls of the soup and a big old drink of the milk.
Top notch. Maybe not the best you've had, but top 5.
Yeah.
I mean, really outstanding, especially for just a big pot of soup.
Go ahead, Locke. Dig in. This stuff is amazing.
Oh, I've been digging in.
Do you have the little like milk stuff on your fur on your face?
Oh yeah. Yeah, no question.
That's fantastic. All right, Rogar, you gonna have a bite?
Yeah, I'll have a quick bite. If there's room at the bar for me.
I mean, there's always room for one more.
Yeah. These 5-foot squares are battle squares.
Right.
When you guys are sitting around, it really only takes a couple feet for everybody to sit, maybe 2.5. So more
I'll
than
take
enough
a quick
space.
bite. Some of the milk as well.
Yep. She does say, you look like the kind of man that could use something a little bit harder. You want something a little bit more fortified than that milk there?
I'm afraid not while I'm on the job. I'm afraid I'm...
A working man. I like that. We don't get a lot of working men around here. Most of them don't work at all.
But I thank you greatly for the hospitality.
You're so welcome. Anytime you need a little bite to eat, come on in.
I don't know if this would help. We don't have any food or anything, but we could leave you some gold. Would that help?
Money's not a thing here, but if you're going to sit down with Hiram, I'm sure he will be able to talk to you about all kinds of things. He doesn't get out much anymore.
Okay.
Always a chance he could use a hand.
Okay.
I thank you. Everyone I've met here is just top notch, Talvarin, and I will be back and I will help however I can. This is truly amazing.
Yo, Jack, we
Wonderful,
found Hiram.
sugar.
Catch up.
But just so you know, we're not all Talvarin. That tent opens up wherever it's needed.
Really?
You also recognize that you do not recognize her accent.
I was thinking that was coming on to accent compared to what we've been.
Yeah, you guys have not heard a southern accent or whatever. You have not heard anybody speak quite like that.
Huh. Oh, very well, very well. It's good to know. From where do you hail?
Well, right now I hail from Hiram's house.
Well, prior to being here, we all came from somewhere.
Yes, I did. And I came from Camor. A little bit further up to the north.
Are we familiar with Kimura?
Yeah.
You are. Yep. It's one of the 7 major cities.
Okay.
Camor has a big problem with poverty as well. Hiram only tends to be where he's needed, and that tends to be the places that are worse off.
Well, yes. Well, ma'am, I appreciate your help.
With Kimura, yes.
And this soup is truly magnificent. I do believe we need to get on and speak with Mr. Hiram.
He'll be excited to have visitors.
All right.
Any door he'll open up.
I forgot to double check my bio. I also hail from Kimura. I forgot about that. So.
All right, perfect.
So I sent Jack a message while you guys were talking. Told him to catch his ass up because we found Hiram.
Jack, if you want the low-level dinosaur, which is I assume what you're trying to do, you can do it, but it'll take you a couple, maybe half a day.
Cool.
And you can get the lowest level dinosaur from sitting around in here.
Oh, that's cool. I totally will be back to research more.
The notes are so good. You can't believe the drawings, the descriptions, everything like that. And you notice that the books are all in different hands. It's obviously not written by the same person.
That's freaking awesome. So the books can't leave the library, correct?
Correct.
I was totally gonna try and take them with me while we're up talking with Hiram, but that's cool. I start jumping from foot to foot, and I'm like, I'll be back, and I set them on the table.
All right, goodbye.
You want
Okay,
to
All
push?
right,
fine.
Locke. You opening the door?
Yeah, I'm gonna give a little knock on the I guess it would be the
Center door, I guess.
Okay.
northeast door.
So the lowest level
Come
dinosaur
in.
is a pteranodon with a flight speed.
Is that one?
You can't do a flight speed.
Okay. Other
Yeah,
than
flight's
that,
not
is
an issue.
Allosaurus with a challenge rating of 2.
Yep.
Okay.
So if you can turn into a challenge rating 2, you can get it, but not until you can turn into a challenge rating 2.
Pretty sure I can.
Come in.
Again, thank you for the hospitality.
We're
I
going?
motion to the party and say, I believe we've found our Hiram.
We going?
All right. Inside the bedroom stands the smallest troll you have ever seen. But he is no doubt a troll. Long nose, easily 6 inches off his face, warty, disgusting skin, boils popping everywhere, and eyes that look like they've been replaced. The eyes themselves do not match color. Hello!
Are you
I'm
hiding?
I'm gonna kneel and kind of bow my head and say, hello, Mr. Hiram.
I am Hiram. Who are you?
Decimus.
Excellent. You look like a Decimus. I should have guessed that.
This is my friend Locke. And this is
Rogar.
Rogar. And this is Jack Jack. He was very excited by your library.
Excellent.
And we are...
Hiram greets each one of you in your own language and dialect, whatever that might be. And almost in a way that mentally he knows whatever you consider to be your language or dialect.
Oop. We lost Jack.
All right.
Oh. Not good.
It's,
You don't look hungry. You don't look poor. What are you here for?
we came to see you.
Ah, see me. It's good to be seen.
Well, we came to talk with you.
Then speak. It's weird that I'm doing most of the talking if you came to speak with me.
Well, we have heard and seen many children just disappearing around town. And
Right.
we
to it.
fear that, well,
We should
Perhaps-
probably clarify which town we're talking about. It seems like this.
No, I
these
know where you're
doors.
from. That's dire news, and I've heard things, rumblings. I don't get out much. I am the last of the gatekeepers here, unfortunately. At once I had many people helping me defend the plains, making sure that Trudar was safe. But magic has faded. Very strange. As the technology has grown, magic has faded just a little bit. And the plains themselves call out less to newcomers. But I do meddle occasionally in the local affairs. And I have heard that there are what can only be described as pirates. Pirates taking children out of the city for nefarious deeds.
Has I'm gonna describe the black veins and the ick that we've seen. Has he heard about that? Have you heard about this?
I have. It's the shadow sickness.
It infected our friend Rogar.
It infested my mind.
Let me see. He comes up and he pulls out what can only be described as shrunken heads on a stick.
Oh fuck!
And when he shakes them, they rattle. You don't know where he pulled it out of, because, I mean, the guy's basically sitting in front of you in a loincloth. But he does, in fact, pull out this 2-foot-long stick with a handful of shrunken heads on it and starts rattling them at you.
Is that a head? Is that a stick with shrunken heads on it, or are you just happy to see us?
Neither, yes, both. I'm not positive on this one, but there's a darkness inside of you. I would make sure you do not spend too much time without seeing the light. Whatever is in you is still back there.
Still in spirit, even after visiting the chamber.
What chamber?
Tell him about the chamber in the palace.
Who exactly are you?
We're the Oathbound.
I display my.
That old man got back in the game. It's about fucking time. His city goes to hell in a handbasket from otherworldly creatures, and he sits with his thumb in his proverbial black holes, and I am being told to clean up.
Is Nicodemus as well as you say, a gatekeeper?
I am the last gatekeeper. Nicodemus is merely a caster who has some understanding of the cosmic structure. Gatekeepers are a group of individuals sworn to protect the prime material plane. There are 4 of them, in case you didn't know. 4 different worlds, all coalesced to be the prime material. There's always invaders.
There were 4, and you're the last. What happened to the other 3?
Oh, I'm the last here on this piece of the broken world, as we call it. The other pieces have other gatekeepers, and I keep in touch. We send letters, we send messages every now and then. Occasionally we get together for a party.
If you're the gatekeeper, is there a keymaster?
There is not. There is not. And I am one of the gatekeepers, just the last one left here.
Well, what happened to the other ones here?
So, I'm not 100% sure. In the last 50, 20, 30 years or so.
Boy.
Good night.
Good night.
I have to go to sleep.
In the last small generation, we started seeing them disappear. Nothing has happened in a while. Technology has flourished. We have become less relevant. The gates call out to fewer and fewer newcomers. And we, to little extent, became kind of complacent, I guess. And then they stopped showing up. They stopped returning messages. They stopped coming back, and they all but disappeared. I can't guarantee I'm the last gatekeeper, but I can tell you no one in my group has been seen in a very, very long time.
They wouldn't have maybe, I don't know, corrupted.
Anything is possible. Gatekeepers are more
Right.
At least we start off that way.
What can you tell us about the darkness that's spreading?
It's literally the darkness. It's literally where all darkness comes from. It's the true night. It's the other world. We call it the black. It's right beside our world, slowly trying to leach in, slowly trying to darken what you see until everything is as black as it is in the black.
How do we stop it?
Well, you gotta find out who's inviting it in first, silly. If you don't know who's inviting it in, how could you ever stop it?
That is my
Seems like it's
question.
been-
A
It's not
gatekeeper seems to be
sentient.
the prime person that might let in something through a door, no? A gatekeeper.
We're sworn to protect the prime material plane. That doesn't mean that people don't go off the reservation, but my
So
answer to
say
that
if
is
somebody were
probably not.
in darkness themselves, but more familiar with the gatekeepers.
Necromancers can control the Shadowfell, dark creatures of shadow, a lot of aberrant creatures have some hold over the plains and things of that nature. The gatekeepers are a good thought, but not necessarily the only option for you.
Maybe some
Does
of
the
these
name
beings have
Vandor
in the
mean
past
anything to you?
have some connection with this plane. Maybe that
What was-
mysterious woman that attacked us in the warehouse.
What'd you say? Sorry,
Maybe
I'll answer the Vandor question here in a second. What'd you say, Rogar?
Maybe the woman that attacked us in the warehouse has some connection with the plane then. Forget her name. I apologize.
Maybe. Vandor, I've heard there's a criminal about that has been making claims. Possibly running some sort of gang. I'm not 100%. If he is, he's new. I haven't been outside in over 100 years.
What about Landolini?
Crime boss? Criminal? Thug?
What would he want with...
As much as anyone can call a gnome a thug.
Even better.
But no, you haven't heard of him being connected with the Ick.
Oh, Landolini could be connected, I guess, but he is definitely not magical. Landolini is an old-fashioned bruiser. Again, as much as you can call a gnome a bruiser.
I don't know. With my history roll, do I know anything about the gatekeepers? Have I heard of that before? I don't think so.
So you would have. So at this point, you will start to have little references that you might have seen in books make a little more sense. You've seen the phrase gatekeeper used. You always assumed it was a generic pronoun. But now that you start to hear this guy's story, you kind of look at it as, hey, maybe that was not a pronoun. Maybe that was this guy. Maybe that was this group. Maybe that was any number, or it was just Hiram.
Okay.
And does Hidakron have anything to do with the black?
Oh, Hidakron is always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Aishrod is the one who created the Shadow Realm. But Hidakron controls much of it. He is the god of lies and deceit, trickery, and other such things. Vipers. Nasty, nasty fellow. He has quite the sway over anything from the Shadowfell. Anything that comes out of the black, there's a good chance he's made a deal with. They argue that his avatar sits in the shadow world right now, watching our little world do its dance. Hiding from the good guys that might threaten his life.
So, with the children disappearing and the darkness coming, we've been tasked by the king to put an end to what's been going on. How is there any information you can give us, or how can we find out who's letting the darkness in?
Well, I can help you with the children. The darkness is a little bigger problem that I'm not 100% I have my full brain wrapped around. But the children are being taken by a boat. It has a black serpent on this flag. They leave in the evening, or they leave late at night and they arrive in the evening. The boat is never there during the daylight.
Okay. Sounds like vampires.
There is some sort of gang that is pulling them all out. Running this. Where they go when they leave the islands, I don't know. My influence is only within the cities. My people are all city folk. My tent can only be found within a city wall.
Okay. Is there any way that we can communicate with you without coming into the tent?
You look like you have the means of such communication.
Sure. Hold on. Let me find something. He turns around and starts rummaging through nothing. Like literally rummaging through thin air. And you can see him counting and kind of tossing things. At one point, he throws like what looks like a bocce ball back towards Locke, but not as like directed at Locke, just as he's pitching it behind him. And he pulls. You are great. You catch the bocce ball. You are in fact living the dream. When you catch it, it lights up a little bit and does a little weird little vibrate. He pulls out a small mirror. It looks like a woman's compact.
Is it like a clamshell?
Yep, like a clamshell. Yep. And he turns around. If I can make him turn around. There we go. Here. You may use this once every long rest as long as you are in direct sunlight. The darkness will stop you from talking to me. I've noticed over the last few years, these communications have become harder and harder when it's nighttime.
It only works in sunlight?
I do not know why.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Excellent! Well, if you need a rest, you may rest here. It is always safe at Hiram's.
Mr. Hiram, forgive me for staying on this gatekeeper thing, but do you know the names of the other gatekeepers that have disappeared from this plane?
I can give you the last 3 names. Daggard the Dwarf, Ben Swill, and Iron Tim.
Yes. Well, I will keep an eye out for them, and yes, because truly, I see you doing very wonderful work here, and I think it'd be an awful shame if the others disappeared for good, if they do the same great work that you do.
I agree. But I do different work than most of them. So, Daggard, he was a fighter. He was a blowhard. He was a man with a hammer that would stand in front of any portal waiting for something to show up. As if they had a date. Waiting constantly for his little lady or man or whatever was coming out. I don't know. All of us are different. We all travel different paths. I am the only Fey troll.
Well, the bears that are beating, you're doing wonderful work. I know the people of Talvar are suffering and have been for quite a while, and it seems this haven is just what the people need.
I am here for all those who suffer, and I will say your fur is shiny and manageable. Continue your grooming habits. You look lovely. You, on the other hand, little bit on the filthy side. It looks like you've had quite the exercise. Hold on, let me see what I can do. He starts patting you down and kind of rubbing. He lights some incense around you that smells kind of like dung. And when he is done, you come out completely clean.
And you know, I offered my services to him and he declined. And now you rub dung on him and he's perfectly happy to have that happen. I just don't think this is... Decimus, I think you might be a bit racist.
Does Baby Bird need a hug?
It's not meant as a racist thing, Locke. I'm very sorry. I respect you, and I respect your cleaning habits. It just doesn't work for me.
You'll never know unless you try.
Next time, I promise. You guys want to take a rest here?
Sure. I'll go back to sleeping.
All right.
And if you choose to forgo a long rest, you can have your Allosaurus by the time they're done.
Oh!
You have to forego your long rest.
Pirate squint.
I'm foregoing my long rest.
Okay. You get the Allosaurus form. You and Lyriel spend a lot of time together.
Oh, shit.
She brings you tea. She's very friendly, very kind.
Yay!
Um,
I start reading to her like the entries, like because I'm super enthused about this, so I'm like kind of like reading to her the book.
She listens.
Yes. I start doing
Hiram
voices.
kind of meanders around the place, constantly eating, grabbing things, hugging people. You notice him casting what you can only describe as maybe druidic healing, but it's not any kind of healing that you guys have seen.
Freaking awesome.
it's not Baby Bird.
It is not the baby bird stuff that Owen has done. It looks like a small tree sprouts in his hand, and the green life force of the tree slowly goes into whoever he touches.
Can we take an hour of? I mean, it probably can't be part of the long rest, so we may need to take like 1 extra hour. But I want to cast Find Familiar as a ritual.
Yep.
And I'm going to find a spider as my familiar.
Okay.
So he's gonna hang out like in my pouch.
And Locke is way too intrigued to rest, so he is going to wander around until someone stops him from doing so.
Oh, nobody stops you from anything. Okay, so Rick, you summoned your spider in a very odd place to summon a spider. So it is going to have everything that it currently has. But
it doesn't necessarily have to be a spider. That's just kind of what I thought would work with, whatever.
You summoned a spider. I'm fine with summoning a spider. It's going to have all the same traits it's going to list, but you didn't summon a regular spider. You actually summoned a phase spider.
Oh, fun.
In between the elemental planes, you got something very strange and ethereal. The phase spider can use a bonus action to magically shift from the material plane to the ethereal plane or vice versa. So he can constantly be coming and going. He is a bright blue, like an ice blue, and his eyes look intelligent, like a human, all 8 of them, staring back at you.
That's super sweet. What should
Other
I
than
name
that
him, guys?
special ability, it is all the
normal
standard
1/8 challenge rating spider.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
He is not a real phase spider. He just has a phase spider type ability.
Cool.
And it is adorable that you think that you get to name a creature that is not a baby. This thing clearly has a name.
What's your name?
There is no doubt that that would be very insulting to assume that you can just come to some creature and decide what name it's going to have.
Pretty sure he's talking to you right now.
All right. His name is...
No.
His name is Robert Paulson.
His name is Paycully.
Ooh.
Paykulli. Paycully.
All right. Paycully.
So cuddly.
Totally.
How you doing, buddy?
What do? They telepathically talk to you, right?
Yeah, it's telepathically.
Yeah.
He's doing good.
Nice to meet you.
Drunken Irish.
You know Hiram?
Hiram is a recent acquaintance, but
Hiram's the best.
he gave us some information, and we're going to We're gonna try and save some disappearing kids.
I'm very good at disappearing.
Yeah, I know.
Children, not so much, but disappearing, yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm super thrilled.
Yeah, dude, you feel like had you summoned this guy anywhere else, that would not have happened, but in between the planes of existence, you couldn't get a regular animal.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, you're able to take a nap and do your thing, and then 8 hours pass, you're good to go.
Right.
And when 8 hours pass, it will be early in the evening.
Okay.
Hiram would have also been able to tell you which docks that the Black Serpent ship is at.
Yeah. I feel like we need to go see Landolini before it gets dark.
It is definitely dark already after the 8
it's
hours.
already dark? Okay.
Yep.
Never mind then. So I feel like first thing.
I mean, you did just leave Homeboy outside. Like,
I was just gonna say, I don't think that Blandon will be out there. I mean, there's just you
He
guys
said he
slept
was
for
gonna
a
wait.
long- You guys slept for a really long time. I just wandered around here the whole time.
He said he was gonna wait. Fuck that dude.
Wait, so he's not there?
you haven't gone outside. I don't know. Are you going outside?
I'm going outside.
All right.
I'll follow.
Did I find anything interesting of note as I wandered around during the time they were sleeping?
You found a million interesting things. What kind of interesting things were you actually looking for?
I don't know, just like I
So the curio shelves changed every time you left the room and came back. The tiny barbarian was different. Everything was different every single time you came back.
I love this house.
The
What was up
soups and foods were different.
What was up the big staircase?
More rooms.
More rooms.
What looked like a hallway that never ended with nothing but rooms every 20 feet. Doors, you opened up a couple of them. There were bedrooms. There were people in some of them. One of them had an entire horde of goblins. You had to guess there were 50 goblins in there.
That's one of those things where you open the door and then you shut it again real quick.
Close the door. Nope, not that. Wrong room.
No, I imagine I probably talked like if unless
They all would have talked. None of them
Yeah.
would have attacked. Everybody was
Yeah.
very
Okay.
friendly, polite, and interested.
Yeah, I would have like especially the room of goblins. I probably would have stopped in and had a good long conversation with them
Yep, they actually told you they were goblins from the Feywild.
from the Feywild.
Currently hiding from the god Sassine.
Wow. Okay.
Sassine is a giant serpent god that rules the Feywild. He's the god of chaos. Very mean. Likes to eat goblins. Eat a whole band of goblins whole.
All right.
One bite.
Like all 50 of them?
Huh? All 50 of them. One bite. There's only one town in the Feywild. These guys were there. The town is called Endel. Endyll. And Endel is much like this place. It exists between the Feywild and the Prime Material Plane, and can be anywhere in any one of the four pieces of the broken world. It's where midnight elves, which are Eladrin, come from.
That's cool.
Cool. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, I would have probably wandered around for a few hours and then maybe taken a cat nap. So.
Yep. You can be well rested.
Okay. Cool.
You can even wander and rest. I mean, when you're looking at an 8 hour or whatever, 12 hours, is that what it is now? Long rest is 12 hours?
It's 8.
8 hours? Okay. You probably only have to sleep for 6 of that to be not exhausted. You can kind of, as long as you're not doing active shit like summoning a familiar, you're great.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Casting spells is active, but other than that, and you get 9 hours because Rick had to summon his little buddy over there.
I spent part of my rest meditating to get my spells in order. So
Perfect. All right, you guys go back out to the alleyway. It is dark. It is nasty. and you guys do not start in that weird building. You see a strange-looking bandit assassin guy sleeping in a pile of rubble with some, what you can only guess are scraps of clothing for a blanket.
Is this Blandon?
It is, in fact, your buddy Blendon.
I'm gonna like.
Better
smack him on
question:
the-
does he still have the manacles on him?
No, he definitely does not. You don't see them anywhere.
God damn it!
You
manacles
left a
back.
rogue outside in manacles for 9 hours. He figured some shit out and got a nap.
Any rogue worth his salt would not be in the manacles.
Right.
Uh,
I at least want them back.
Well, you shouldn't have put him on a rogue, leaving him outside for 9 hours.
I mean, that's fair.
Manacles
You
back.
killed all his friends and took enough money to buy plenty of manacles, buddy.
But they
We'll
were
get
my
you some
set.
more manacles.
You got blood money on you, dude.
We'll get you some
They
new
were my
manacles,
set.
Jack.
Okay.
Jesus Christ! I tried to go into the tent after you after about 2 hours, and there was nothing there.
Well, maybe you shouldn't be such a dick.
Wait, but what are you talking about? We were only gone for 2 minutes.
What?
I look over my shoulder at the other guys and just kind of nod really quick.
He seems super
Yeah.
confused.
Totally.
I'm gonna ask
Couple
Pekali
He
minutes.
is
to
no
go.
longer bloodied.
I'm gonna go ask Pekali to intimidate him.
Okay.
He
Spiders
seems like
have an
he's
intimidate.
I mean,
Depends.
spiders can be creepy and like crawl up and sit on his
Okay.
shoulder and like threaten to bite him.
Sure. Well, I mean, he can't threaten anything because, no words. You're the only one that can hear him.
Well, that's fine.
But, yeah, he can go he gets right up there. What the fuck is this? He smacks at it and the spider disappears.
This is my
Aw.
friend.
You killed it.
The
No.
spider reappears on his head.
Ha!
Don't.
You did
He
not kill
smacks himself in the head and the spider disappears again.
it. Again.
This guy does
Again.
not seem fast enough to catch this spider, but the phase spider is able to pop in and out of existence as this guy punches himself in various spots and goes, "Knock it off! Jesus!"
Again.
You gonna take us to
again.
Landolini?
Yes! I waited here for 9 fucking hours! Of course I'm gonna take you to Landolini.
It was only 2 minutes.
Why would I
and
be
you're
here?
bitching.
Clearly it is not! It was daytime when you left. It is clearly not daytime.
All right, Pekali, that's enough. Thank you.
And now you have this weird blue crab thing. Don't
He's
even
a
understand.
spider. And he is cool as fuck. So you can back off.
Alright, come with me. So, he's gonna take you to where Landolini is, which is the Dockside Inn.
Make sure you're moving the player ribbon because we can't see it.
Yep. I have not moved anything yet, but
Is
here we
he
go.
taking us to? You said the dock side.
Yep.
Is this?
It is actually right by the docks where you guys are going anyway.
Okay, cool, perfect.
What's the? It's you said it's nighttime, correct?
It is early evening, nighttime. Yeah, like 9 o'clock.
Okay, so like dusk.
It is when children, women, etc. go to bed.
Okay. Do we not? Do we see? I guess since we're going to be coming up on the docks, this was it serpent?
It's never there when it's light out.
It's 9 o'clock, dude. Depending on where.
Are you
where
going to
it's
go
at,
look
that
through
might
the
be-
docks or not?
Well, I think. Are we
Are
not?
you following him to Landolini, or are you going to go search? It's going to take an
No.
investigate. You're not going to be able to just take a casual brush. There's
Okay.
about 100 boats.
Okay, so it's going to
This
be.
is
It's
a
going to be.
giant New York-style harbor in the Merchants District.
Okay.
Even this time of night, there are hundreds of boats.
Let's
Never
go
mind.
Landolini first.
yeah. Figure out Landolini first here.
Okay. The place is packed. And he will direct you to the back.
Which back?
Where the far north for you guys, where Landolini sits. Landolini can only be described as the best dressed gnome you have ever seen. Absolutely head to toe to the nines. Beautiful jewelry, beautiful everything, beautiful women. He seems to have an odd thing for very tall women.
It's so good.
Every 3-4 ladies right by him, easily 6 foot tall. A half orc that you're guessing is 7 foot tall.
That's awesome.
Hey,
Nice
ladies,
duds.
ladies, give me a break. Give me a break. Hey, guys. Hey, Jack, why don't you move the fuck up to where you go?
What?
Put yourself on the board. Are you with Landolini or not? Can you guys all see the board?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. All right.
Where's Landolini?
He is the guy that has Landolini written on him that I pinged earlier.
He's David the
I'm
David.
not-
David the gnome.
I don't see Landolini on him.
We
I don't
can't
label
see
on
it.
either.
Oh, you can't see it again? Jesus. Did you not see it with other guy?
No.
Correct.
Show nameplate. I gotta go to advance. Is that what it was? Yeah, there we go. Okay. My bad. Can you see it now?
Yep.
Yes.
I forgot I had to go to advance as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hiram had his name under him, so he was a little less creepy that you were talking to a random troll in the room. Hey, I appreciate you guys taking my summons.
Summons my ass.
Oh,
Well, it was said not so subtle. Your
You showed up. It was a summons. You got here and summoned you.
Did you pay Blandon?
I paid everybody. If he's the only one that made it, I bet I paid you. Sucker, I bet you got my money right there in your pocket.
I mean, that's probably true.
Yeah, so I paid you. You're practically on the payroll. Excellent. The king's men on the payroll. This is dynamite.
So what's going on?
I
What
like
did you
this
wanna
guy.
see us about?
Well, you guys are making waves. You're making some serious waves. And I like that. And I hate it. I'm not sure which yet about you two. Or whatever. Anyway. I got an offer for you. Yes, Landolini, that sounds great! Hey, this offer, tell me about this amazing once-in-a-lifetime deal!
But wait, there's
That's-
more.
That's what I expected to hear from your mouths.
What's behind door number 2?
So, there's a certain noble that's got a little bit too big for his britches. And he has a little something that he shouldn't have no more. So if you want to grab it from him, you can. I would appreciate it. And if it makes you feel any better, I've been practicing dark magic.
This makes me feel better.
Have you
Dark
heard of
magic.
we don't steal from random nobles.
Practicing dark magic, pretty boy.
Pretty sure that's
you got
against
beautiful
rules.
scales. Beautiful scales. Oh, let me see those. Oh, it's weird though. Your roots, they turn a little bit black. That's kind of strange.
He forgot
Have
to
you
dye
noticed
his
that?
roots.
He gets right up in your scales. Landolini is literally, so this is a giant pit, and he's like nimbly crawling across things and like tippy-toeing around, and this is the only way he can stand as tall as you guys are, because this is an easy 3-foot ledge, something like that. Oh shit, your roots are dark. I think you need a dye job. I've never heard of a dragonborn getting a dye job. This is too good.
Has Landolini heard about the darkness?
I have, in fact, and I've heard that there's a noble leading the charge.
What's his name?
I don't know which noble's leading the charge. I just know that it's a noble. It might be this guy Vrex. Vrex is the one I'm looking for. You Baron Vrex.
Baron Brex?
Vrex. V-R-E-X. Do you not understand the common tongue?
Too many tongues.
Vrex is an orc patriarch of a huge huge family. He got like 35 children. Dude is banging, slamming bitches left and right. Orcs don't believe in bastards. If you are a child of a male orc, no matter which lady you come from, you are the child, heir, apparent, whatever for your age. But Rex,
Do we know where he lives?
sure, I got a map for you. I'll show you right here. Maybe. If I can make it, there we go. All right, here's the map. I found it. I knew I'd find it eventually. So, Rex lives in this top island just north of where we are right now.
Because this is where we are right now, right?
Right down here. Halfway through the island where this big piece is.
Oh, okay.
You guys are somewhere north of that. This is that spot is the main like marketplace.
Yeah.
So you're somewhere in between the two. These top spots are inns where you'd be spending your evening if you decided to stay around here instead of staying at Hiram's.
Cool.
But yeah, if you want to go get this done, it'd be dynamite. I really appreciate it.
What does he have that you need so much?
I mean, need so much, want, desperately desire. I don't know what you want to call it, but what he has is my fucking knives.
You fuck with knives?
It is my fucking knives. He has my knives. He took them. How he got them is none of your problem.
Why did you not stick him with the knives? Did he run away after you stuck him with your knives?
How he got them is not your problem. Just get the knives.
What do they look like?
They're really neat. So my knives are actually attached to gloves. And there's little, like, pingy-pongy mechanisms. He starts, like, making gear kind of motions and stuff like that. He goes, and when I stick my fingers up, they turn into knives. There's 5 knives on each hand. It's like stabbing a bitch 5 times.
Freddy Krueger gloves.
That seems to be what he's describing.
Creepy.
Really quickly, is there a rope or a chain or something heading down this this pit?
There is, in fact, a chain going all the way down.
While this conversation is going on, Locke would like to climb down the chain.
Oh, we got a contender! There's a contender going down! Everybody, there's a contender!
What do you...
So the crowd starts coming around this pit. Like super gathering around.
What's a contender?
What?
I don't think
Your
you should
buddy.
be... Stop going
Yeah.
down the chain. I don't think it's a good idea.
Continues down.
So
Continues
about 20 feet down in darkness that is now slowly getting lit up. So as you're crawling down the chain, it's almost like there's oil reserves that have been poured into troughs in a spiral all the way down from the top to the bottom. And one of the bartenders essentially touches their torch to one of these 4 little ports, and oil races down fast in a spiral version of fire, just slowly going down to the bottom of the pit. And in the bottom of the pit, you see some sort of half dog, half man, half God knows what with 2 axes. This guy has scars on top of scars. He has broken bones that have clearly not set well. And when you get to the bottom of the pit, you can smell vile, fecal matter and dead bodies. Whatever's been down there has not been left.
Oh, dogs! Ugh! I put my paw on the hilt of my little dagger sword. Look at it.
Okay. I'm going to let you decide if you take first initiative or second.
And I'm gonna growl and lunge toward it as I draw.
Okay, so you're going to take first initiative.
Mm-hmm.
It's you, baby.
You want me to roll initiative?
No. You get to choose if you're going to attack first or let him attack you before you fought.
Oh, I'm totally gonna attack first. I see him and I like it's like the cat and dog instinct. I'm just gonna do it.
So the crowd starts chanting Newell. 18 hits the shit out of Newell.
And I'm gonna use sneak attack.
Nice.
So 17.
All right, you definitely got the shit out of him.
And then as
you putting yourself right next to him, I assume.
Yeah. So as I do that, I lunge toward him and just kind of stab towards him, and then using my fancy footwork, I just kind of dance towards the back this way.
Yep, you can move in any of the 9 squares. They're all available for you.
Yes, it would be like right there.
All right.
And I kind of let out a growl purr.
Cool. Newell will run. He's going to make an attack on you.
Oh!
So that hits for 1 damage, and I need you to make a dexterity save. Or strength save, strength save.
I'm not as good at strength.
All right, you are knocked prone.
Mm-hmm.
And now he gets advantage on this, and I don't know how to do advantage with this, but we're going to roll twice. Fuck! So he gets an 11, bringing one of the axes down on you.
Yeah, 14 is my AC.
And then his other axe, an 8 and a 7. He is not Newell's day. So it is your turn, and you are knocked prone.
Yeah, so I'll kind of roll out of the way as he does that, and so I have to use my action to get up.
Nope.
No.
Half your movement. 15 feet of movement.
Oh, okay. All right. So
unless you have athletics, it lets you pop up in 5.
No. I'm just gonna kind of do the Ryu spring to my feet right in front of him.
Cool. Hip right up.
And as I do that, I'm also drawing my second short sword.
Okay.
And going to take a slash with my hour hand, as I call it.
Yep, that hits.
And then for bonus action, I am going to, on my offhand, poke him with my short sword.
That hits.
And on one of those, I'll get my sneak attack, because I don't need advantage due to my...
Are you a swashbuckler?
Yeah.
You just need to be 1-on-1.
Yep.
He is bloodied.
That's 20.
He is
and then,
for sure bloodied.
I'm not gonna dance away like I normally do. I'm just gonna stand there with this snarl face.
Okay, he utters a giant howl. I need you to make a charisma save. Oh, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Was it DC 20?
Huh? No.
Okay.
No, it was DC 15. He killed
No,
it.
dude, it's not gonna be like insane. Good
Dude,
lord.
this
Well,
guy's
I mean,
not a
he
caster.
crawled-
He's just fear effect. Dude, DC 15 will kill most pit fighters. All right, he's going to make 2 attacks at you. The first time, 11 and a 10. Are you kidding me? Am I not rolling something right? Dude, he misses you twice again.
Luck.
These axes
Luck.
are easily
Luck.
the size of your chest, and they're just swinging past you. You're doing like these fucking Matrix maneuvers. You're basically on 2 toes, slowly like limboing around his shit with these knives that seem to be moving faster than fucking lightning. And it's your turn.
And feeling super confident, I'm just gonna like kind of try and in one swift motion take both of my blades as I slide under his legs and just jab upwards with
Okay.
both blades.
Yeah, he definitely got one.
You hit with one. You are pretty sure if you had hit with both, you would have knocked him back 5 feet.
So I'll use my movement there to kind of appear behind him, dealing 14 points of damage.
He howls, just anger, rage. Sad face.
Sad face.
Dude, people are screaming now. The general inn is going insane. Because Newell looks fucking like a bitch. You are crushing this fool. He's going to go ahead and use his little tricky trick there to knock you prone again, and he does not get it. So he will get 2 regular attacks off on you anyway without advantage.
That will hit. The one will hit.
All right, so he is going to hit you for 13 damage from one axe.
Damn.
That hurts.
That does hurt.
Oh yeah, I was really interested to see how you guys had to play when you had to try to help the guy in the pit. Clearly not going to happen this time. You are up.
We're cheering.
All right. And
The crowd is now back in Newell's favor. Everything's good.
yeah, so I've been kind of knocked back a little by getting slashed with an axe, and I let out a hiss and just run forward with both blades and just right towards the torso.
Okay. Ooh, not quite. He's a 14 armor class. Okay, your second one hits.
And
Okay, he is barely hanging on to life. He looks like he is staggered. He's on one knee. He's looking at you, but it's not what you'd expect. It is almost like he is praying for death. And he comes at you his turn, and he is just going to do both attacks. He seems to do some kind of crazy blind rage. It seems like he is opening himself to advantage to you for next round. So you will get advantage on any attack you make next round.
Oh my.
And his first one is a 24, and his second one is a 16.
oh god, both of those hit.
Oh no.
Okay.
Jesus.
Oh god.
24 more damage to you.
No.
Oh, that puts me down.
No!
And for everyone upstairs, he cries. It's a howl that you can tell is mournful and sad. And he slowly walks back into a strange little room and corner over here. What are you going to do?
just happened?
You guys all get around before he has to make a death save, so tell me what you're doing.
I lay
Cricket.
at the bottom of the pit, twitching.
How far down is that pit again?
Why did we hop
10
in
feet,
again?
or 20 feet down, excuse me, 20 feet down.
Is that a jump I can make?
Yeah, sure, you might take a little damage.
Like a baller.
Yeah, fuck it.
You gonna jump?
Yeah.
Give me an acrobatics check, you beautiful, dainty motherfucker.
Fuck. Acrobatics. Oh, this is gonna go real well.
How deep's the pit?
20 feet, still.
Oh, okay.
Just like
This is
when
the
that-
spot where Rogar breaks his legs.
Yeah, those aren't good.
Why am I on advantage? Sorry.
I don't know, but neither of those are very good. So, Rogar, you take 5 damage from falling 20 feet.
I try to do.
You
the
trip a
Superhero
little bit on
landing.
the poorly stone masoned area around the top. You don't get a great drop off, and you just kind of stumble, and then it all just turns bad. but you're down there. You are prone, so it will take half your movement to stand back up. So you
Okay.
can do whatever you want.
After getting back up, I'll throw some lay on hands here.
Perfect.
Yeah, back up.
All right, everybody boos, and a couple people start pouring beers down the side. Owen and Rick, you got to stop people from pulling beers?
No.
Okay. Then you're good. Now you just got to get out of a 20-foot hole.
Yeah.
That was amazing! Oh my god, he died so good!
I mean, he didn't die.
Stop
Done.
picking fights.
I smelled dog. I couldn't help myself. It was just... that's a hole with a dog in it. What do you do when you're a cat?
And he was definitely a dog man thing.
You fought valiantly.
I am sorry I did not succeed in my fight.
So Decimus and Jack, you guys see people handing money around and everybody's laughing and cheering. Handful of people look like they probably bet on the cat and really felt like they had a good win coming. You see people like trying to dump hot stew down there, shit like that. It's pretty cool by the time it hits them, but they're going to be gross when they get out. Locke is going to have to do a bath of 3 to get himself back into a presentable space.
Yeah.
Landy Leany looks at you and goes, "You guys should probably get the fuck out of here, because I don't know that losers are welcome at my table. It's embarrassing. But you check out Vrex and you get back to me. You give me my knives, and we can talk. I got money, I got things. I get you taken care of. They have sentimental value to me
So
right here in my heart."
You're like the dude from, oh god. I gotta look this up now. God damn it.
I love you guys. You guys are great. You guys are my new favorite thing around here. So don't get yourself killed.
Paycully's gonna give him whatever the spider equivalent of the middle finger is as we walk away.
Oh, that's adorable. You carry an insect. Look what I carry. And like 6 bitches come over. Oh, don't you wish you had bitches that hung out with you instead of a spider? That's weird. Fucking weirdos.
Before I climb up out of the hole, because there's still the chain there. Obviously.
Yeah, 100%. Still the chain.
I'm gonna take my just my plain old dagger, and I'm gonna cut a little bit of fur off of me, and then I'm going to try and pin it to the dog man went into a door. You said
it's not so much a door as much as a cave entrance or whatever. There's no closey bit.
Okay. Is there any wood around that I can just kind of
Sure, there's scraps here and there.
Yeah,
what's
by
your
the
passive
door.
perception, both you two?
13.
Rogar, passive perception.
Sorry, let's see. I don't know where my...
It'll be on the core page below
Yeah,
charisma.
I saw it. My character sheet went away. Sorry. 11.
Okay, so Locke, you do notice that the dog is chained to the floor.
Yeah, the nearest piece of wood, I just want to take my clump of fur and the dagger and just pin the fur to the wood with the dagger as kind of almost a trophy for the fighter.
Cool.
And then start climbing up the chain.
All right, Rogar, how are you getting out of there?
Can I not get up that chain?
You can. You got athletics. You just got to make a check.
Yeah, I'll try to get up that chain too. What was the check for that?
Athletics. DC 10.
Do I also need to make the check?
Yeah, athletics DC 10 or acrobatics, your call.
Nope, I did athletics and I critically failed.
Amazing.
There's a little
All right.
more on the trophy.
So, Rogar, you have a very large cat falling towards you from about 8 feet up. Give me an athletics check.
Another one.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, so you essentially try to straight arm and palm the cat, but you fail, grabbing his left flank as he starts to careen sideways towards you. And you both fall in a pile of humanoid-ish stuff on the floor. The crowd goes bananas. Jesus Christ!
Bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
Losers can't even get out of the fucking pit. I don't know if I can even trust you to go get my fucking knives. Oh my god.
No, it's starting to piss me off.
Feel free to make another check to get out.
I'm gonna do a different approach and actually do acrobatics.
Cool.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you're good.
crit that fucking athletics check.
You guys are both out just fine. Rogar is like, I get out! One-handed climb up.
I think Mike just had a beer incident.
I did.
It happens. We don't judge.
Is the closet okay?
No, I coughed as I drank. It was horrible. Ugh.
Not supposed to do that.
No.
Nope.
Oh, that was awesome.
So yeah, you guys get out, and the crowd is just laughing. They're having a great time.
Oh, man.
I am thoroughly embarrassed.
Landolini yells, "Are you guys trying to leave now, or are you guys going to hang out?"
Yeah, we're going to leave.
As you guys are leaving, Landolini goes, "You should get your roots checked out. It's crazy that they're turning black."
That's so good.
You guys get out. Everybody's kind of laughing. The tavern in general has a super high atmosphere. Everybody seems great. This is, a super cool place to hang out. You saw some beautiful people. As you guys were leaving, what's the highest perception in the group? Passive?
15.
13.
Okay, with a 15, you catch it. Owen, you probably saw a dozen people with crossbows sitting underneath the table, almost like when you think about the old mob movies with the shotgun underneath the table.
Yeah.
Crossbows that way. They were all pointed around where you were.
Oh, that's nice.
And if you look, most of these tables don't have anything that interferes between them and Landolini's table.
Gotcha.
You're pretty sure 5 or 6 crossbows could have fired at any one of you at any given time had you struck out at Landolini. And you never would have been the wiser. They were completely bolted to the bottom of the table, completely hidden, ready to rock.
I mean, that was never our intention.
Right.
Landolini doesn't always deal with guys that are as upstanding as you guys are.
That's fucking...
Sometimes you need a mobs to lisp.
Jonah Hill, War Dogs. That's who you remind me of right now, and it's amazing.
That's awesome.
All right, so I really thought we were going to at least get to the boat, but you guys had a nice time hanging out with some of my voices, so I think we got to call it quits tonight.
Got the best of me.
I'm just going to go down this hole now.
How are you feeling, by the way? How much more healing do you need?
I feel quite terrible.
I feel
I gave
pretty...
you 5 earlier. I didn't specify how much earlier, but I gave you 5 there. And it was... I'm literally at 5 out of 26. So.
You technically should be at 10 because I gave you 5 from my healing word.
Oh, then I feel terrible. Not
marginally
quite
better.
Feel a little better.
I'll give you another 5. Get you back out of bleeding, hopefully.
And I'm like, you can tell that Locke is just really embarrassed about the whole situation and kind of apologizes profusely about the whole thing.
Owen, you recognize the creature in the pit as a knoll or a flinge. You're not sure which. You didn't get close enough to see. But clearly, he had some barbarian tendencies, and he was not to be trifled with. There were definitely blood stains that were not cleared up when you were down there, Locke. There was definitely remnants of a handful of less lucky combatants. And you can tell that he's one that's been fucked up once or twice before. Again, all those scars and stuff like that. He was battle-hardened.
And he's probably pretty close to dead that time.
Yeah. I really thought
He might have been. He might have been. He might have been very close to dead.
I thought you were going to pull it out, Locke.
I thought I was too.
He might have been very, very close to dead.
Oh,
I thought I had him.
that's awesome.
I really thought I could feel it.